Good morning, my beautiful friends. This is your wake up call with Maui Paul. I am Maui Paul. We are here today to start our week by saying some nice things about ourselves. And boy, do I have a whole bunch of folks here today. So I just want to say good morning to everybody. Good morning. I see Brenda Jean has arrived, Frank, Grant, Lauren, Dennis, Dan from Omaha. Always nice to see you coming in from Omaha, Dan. Let's see here. Shauna, Janet, Jelly, Amanda. Looks like April is here too. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys all so much for showing up, for being here. Good morning, Armando. Yeah, so we're going to be pulling one of my I am cards today. Each and every one of these is full of positive, inspirational, affirmational messages to allow us to get the most out of our day. And let's face it, like it is Monday. And Monday is not always a great day for people, but for us, it's different. For us, we understand that we're coming into this new week, not that we are looking forward to it. That instead of instead of everybody else just kind of trudging their way to work, that we are here to just rock this new week. Each and every day brings with it new possibilities, and we are here to explore those possibilities. So let's have some fun today. Let's pull a card, and let's say that today I am productive. I am productive. I achieve results through diligent effort. I am productive. I achieve results through diligent effort. And Armando is all kinds of things today. So are you guys productive today? You are productive. You achieve results through diligent effort. I'm going to write that down in the chat right next to all the things that Armando is. You are all those things, Armando. I recognize it's true. When I am productive, I achieve results through diligent effort. And that's how we get results. We get results through diligent efforts. This will be you today, Amanda. This will be all of us as we go and we join the working world, as we join the folks who are out there on Monday making it happen. They're all getting started with their day, but we're already a step ahead because we are here to, affirming this about ourselves. Good morning, Lauren. It's good to see you. That means both Omaha, Nebraska, and also Florida are checking in. It is good to be across multiple time zones here. So yeah, this is really the only way to achieve anything is through diligent effort, through persistence and determination. We have to decide what we want, and then after we decide what we want, that's when we can work toward it. We don't know how to do things until we know what we want to accomplish. Oh, Grant's in Alabama too. So yeah, we are in a bunch of different states. I'm pretty grateful for that. So yeah, we are productive people, and it really does take diligent effort in order to achieve anything. And half of the joy of life is putting forth that diligent effort, is finding something that is good enough for us to apply our diligent effort to. Good morning, Janet. I see that you have arrived. You are productive too. I was talking with an artist friend of mine yesterday, and she was like, I feel like I'm in a bit of a creative anxiety. And she said, I want to create something, but I don't know exactly what I want to create right now. I'm not entirely sure. And so, it really got me thinking about how it does. We really have to have a passion for the things that we create. We have to be a little bit obsessed with it. I remember that one of the earlier iterations of this call was actually something called Maui Paul Radio. I was working on it when I was over in Oklahoma. Oklahoma was a very cold time in my life, both because it was freezing frickin' cold over there, but also because I was really separated from a lot of the people that I love. And, I was over there fulfilling an obligation to a friend, and I enjoyed the fact that I could be over there doing that. But at the same time, I wasn't particularly creatively inspired. And so in order to kickstart my own inspiration, I created this little program called Maui Paul Radio, which basically was a whole bunch of inspirational stuff, just like what I do right now. And it was, I recorded hundreds and hundreds of little audio files. And then I wrote a script in a programming language called Python, in which basically just played the audio files. And as it played the file, it would also play a random, it would just play a random image. Yeah, Janet says she listens to Maui Paul Radio on YouTube. And good morning to you, Kelly. Yeah, it is indeed. It's still on YouTube there, Janet. But in order for me to make that project happen, I had to learn some computer programming, and I hadn't programmed a computer since I was a kid. In order for me to really be successful at it, I had to put forth some diligent effort. And I remember multiple times out there that I was just kind of programming. Programmers will tell you, you just get in the zone. You start to really like meld your mind with the machine and start thinking like a computer thinks. And time can just pass by. And I remember that I would just be wondering, I'm like, what's that light? What's that light? I wonder why things are so light, because I like to work at night. I was like, oh, is somebody outside of my window with a flashlight? No, turns out that was the sun coming up. And so I realized that, eventually I did, in fact, successfully create the computer program I wanted to create. And I launched it to the internet. In fact, Janet says that she listens to it, that she listens to it on YouTube, and she does. But, the fact is that we have to be a little bit, we have to be a little bit obsessed. And I found myself completely obsessed with that project. Now, that project, ultimately, I didn't necessarily shut it down, but I created it, an archive on YouTube, and I just left it there. But it required a lot of diligent effort. And that diligent effort led to my ability to create this diligent effort, my diligent effort to wake up every single morning and to do this, to create these cards that I've created right now, and to really explore the meanings of these words. That's what productivity is. We get results when we just do it and do it and do it and do it and do it. And doing it doesn't mean that we have to break ourselves to do it every single day. It just means that we have to move forward a little bit, just a little bit. We just have to have, I guess, a concept that I heard was called no 0 days. A 0 day is when we do zero on the thing. The only time I really allow myself to have a 0 day on projects that are important to me are on Awesome Saturday, when, that's my Sabbath. That's, Awesome Saturday is my holy day. I take that as a day of rest. And so that's the only day that I allow myself to really have a 0 day on things that are important, because if they're important, I will move forward on them. And I pay attention when moving forward on them ceases to be a joy and starts to be a burden. And I have to ask myself, well, is this a burden because I don't know how to do it, or is this a burden because my life priorities are shifting? And if my life priorities are shifting, then that's okay too. It's like Maui Paul Radio is not really much of a thing anymore. It just exists on YouTube. I'm okay that I don't move forward on it every day, because it led to the Wake Up Call with Maui Paul, which is definitely watched by a lot more people. As interesting as Maui Paul Radio was, as obsessed as I was with it, it still only gathered single digit viewership or listenership over the course of its run. But the foundation that I built allowed me to have the discipline to make this today. So we achieve results through our diligent effort. We have a lot of comments here. I'm just going to go through some of these things. I know you guys have been chatting back with me while I've been talking about this. So Brenda Jean says that she's inspired to get on track with her morning routine, continuing through the weekend. She had a great Friday hangout, very late with wonderful hangout, very late with wonderful friends. She felt off for going on 3 days. I understand that. I actually partied till 4:45 in the morning on Friday or on Saturday morning. And yeah, that definitely affected me. I was like, okay, I can't do this like I'm 20 anymore. So she's dedicated to going, early to bed, early to rise, do her cold plunging, etc. And she realizes that if she doesn't do that she loses the energized, clear-headed, and physically, mentally great feeling. And so it's really important for us to understand, when we're productive, when we are achieving results that we like, what happens when we don't do that? If we don't like the results that we get by not doing it, then that is a really good sign that what we are doing is right for us. Armando is a lot of different things today: happy, ready, moving, breathing, friendly, and fun. And you are going to rock it today, Armando, just like I am. Thank you, Shauna, for your encouragement. Let's see here. We have, Janet says her inspired, diligent efforts. So she achieves results through inspired and diligent efforts. And inspiration is such a huge part of this. As I mentioned before, when I was last obsessed with something, it's because I was really inspired to do it. And honestly, I just needed that inspiration because I was living in a place that was very gray and cold. And I go by Maui Paul, and Maui is anything but gray and cold. And so, I was doing that in order to keep myself moving, in order to just fight off depression as I, worked through my obligations and also worked in a place that really ultimately was not a very good fit for me. Um, let's see here. Yeah, Brenda Jean says that Craig of Craig and Tina saw me on saw her on her AM walk and said, "I admire your dedication." And she does it because she diligently does her AM routine because it makes her feel amazing all day. She shows up better for herself, her friends, and her colleagues by being diligent. And that is exactly what we do. As we are productive, as we are diligent, as we put the efforts into the things that are important to us, we do show up better for the people around us, and that gives us new opportunities. That opens up new avenues for us. So I chose a like a garden image here. This is a garden image of every garden, of course, has just a place where you do the potting, you do the washing, you do the trimming, you do the pruning. And the reason that I chose that is because I have done gardening in the past, and it does require diligent effort. It's amazing. Plants will just grow on their own out in nature, but as soon as you want to control the environment in which they grow, then it becomes something that does require diligent effort. And yet the diligence is really worth it, and we see it in the flowers that grow, or the food that grows, or whatever it is that we choose to grow. Our diligent effort grows results, but it does take time, and the results are beautiful. Lauren is inspired to walk 4 miles on the beach as she listens to the wake-up call. Yay! I'm so happy about that. There is something about moving, something about writing this down, something about saying it out loud that really internalizes it in our bodies. And so a friend of mine does an event called net walking. It's basically like networking, but they do it on a walk. And so everybody will go for a walk, and they'll talk about their businesses and their challenges and whatnot. And then after they get done with their walk, they go out and have some coffee or something like that. And he says that the connections that happen during net walking are way better than any stuffy networking meeting he's ever been to. And this guy is an expert in networking. He has been doing it his whole life. So, yeah, I'm glad that you're inspired to listen to this while you work. Let's internalize the message that we are productive and that we achieve results through diligent effort. Let's decide what things are worth being diligent toward, because we all only have 24 hours in a day. And so let's decide what is really important for us. And then let's just do the next thing that we know how to do in order to achieve it. So I want to say thank you guys so much for being here. It is amazing to be here on Monday. What a wonderful wake-up call with all of you. Thank you so much. I will talk to you tomorrow at 9 a.m. And I'm really excited to just keep accountable on my own project, and to know that I currently have over 200 of these cards that are waiting in the wings to be made. Yeah, of those 200, I have about 99 left to complete. So about halfway through that job. And after I get done with it, I'm actually going to start curating these into several different decks. I'm going to start up a Kickstarter. I'm going to start up a Kickstarter in order to cover the initial production costs of making them. So that is something that is coming down the pike. So I'm really excited about that. You guys are amazing. Thank you for continuing to support this. Best way you can support it is just sharing it with your friends. Share it with your friends, comment on it. The new social media algorithms recently came out, and a lot of my friends who do creation are telling me that they have basically lost about 99% of their engagement. And when I look at mine, I haven't. And the reason I haven't is because you guys comment. That's the primary reason, because you guys comment and share on it. So thank you for doing that. I'll talk to you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Until then, just remember that I love you, I care about you, and that I will return tomorrow with another nice thing to say about you. We're going to say about this stuff about us together. Until then, aloha from paradise.